Friends, I need you to listen closely, because what I'm about to share with you today has the power to fundamentally change the trajectory of your health, just as it did for one of my most memorable patients. I want to tell you about a wonderful woman named Elaine. When Elaine first came to see me, she was 52, living in Sacramento, and she was, frankly, terrified. Not just because of the handfuls of hair she was losing every time she showered, that was severe enough that she wore a wig, but because of the other symptoms. Elaine was an office worker, an accountant. She used to walk 5 miles a day. But when she was sitting across from me, she confessed she couldn't walk more than a block without a deep, debilitating ache settling into her calves and her lower back. Her energy was non-existent. She was foggy, forgetful, and utterly convinced she was heading toward an early diagnosis of something catastrophic. Her family was, in fact, discussing the possibility of her needing to enter an assisted living facility because she couldn't care for herself properly anymore. She was on the precipice of losing her independence entirely. Fast forward just 4 months. Elaine walked back into my office, not wearing the wig. Her hair was thicker, shinier, and growing back rapidly. More importantly, she walked in with a bounce in her step, announcing she had just returned from a brisk 2-mile hike. Her memory was sharp, her aches were gone, and she had canceled the consultations for the nursing home. She was healthy, she was vibrant, and she was fiercely independent again. It was nothing short of miraculous. What was the solution? Was it some cutting-edge, expensive pharmaceutical drug? Absolutely not. It was a simple, natural, and scientifically proven method that 97% of doctors usually overlook because it addresses the root cause, a profound deficiency in one specific, essential vitamin. This vitamin deficiency doesn't just cause sudden and severe hair loss. It's the quiet culprit behind that bone-deep fatigue, the brain fog, and the unexplained aches that people tell you are just part of getting older. Today, I'm going to guide you, step by step, through what this vitamin is, the exact signs you're deficient, and how to flood your body with it using simple foods and recipes you can find at any grocery store. Pay attention, because your independence, your vitality, and your full head of hair depend on it. Let's get to know each other. I want to see who I'm speaking to. If you are struggling with unexplained fatigue, join the conversation right now. Immediately comment your age below, and tell me one symptom you're currently dealing with. Is it brain fog, hair loss, or achy joints? Let me see it in the comments. This helps me understand the audience and tailor my future advice. Now, I need to dispel a damaging myth that you are probably hearing: your hair loss is just genetics. Your fatigue is just aging. This is a convenient lie, a dismissal. The truth, backed by decades of clinical science, is that most of these debilitating symptoms, especially the sudden and severe ones, are not a result of some predetermined genetic fate or the calendar turning. They are the direct result of a deficiency in 3 specific, crucial nutrients that the modern diet and lifestyle have stripped from your body. We are going to focus on the master vitamin today, but I will introduce the supporting players as well. This isn't about covering up a symptom. It's about rebuilding your health from the cellular foundation up. For those of you who are new here, my name is Dr. David Thompson, and I've been a practicing physician for over 30 years. I founded this channel because I saw firsthand how many patients were being pushed onto medication after medication to treat symptoms: high blood pressure, chronic pain, low energy, without ever addressing the root cause. My mission, and the mission of this channel, is simple: to help you live a healthy, vibrant, and fiercely independent life well into your 80s and 90s, armed only with the power of scientific nutrition and natural solutions. I've had the privilege of treating thousands of patients, and I can tell you that the human body has an astonishing capacity to heal if you just give it the right building blocks. We are going to unlock that potential right now. Before we reveal the name of this deficiency, let's see how many of you are already in the danger zone. I want you to give yourself 1 point for every yes answer. Here are the 5 specific, common, everyday symptoms associated with this deficiency. 1. Do you experience unexplained muscle pain or joint aches that feel like a deep, dull discomfort, especially in your lower limbs, even after light activity? 2. Do you feel a deep, soul-crushing fatigue that no amount of sleep seems to fix? This isn't just being tired, it's being exhausted to your core. 3. Are you experiencing sudden, severe hair loss, more than a normal amount in the shower or on your pillow, where your hair is thinning dramatically or coming out in clumps? Especially for my postpartum viewers, this is a massive clue. 4. Do you suffer from recurring brain fog, difficulty concentrating, slow recall of words, or a feeling like your head is stuffed with cotton? 5. Do you have chronically dry, flaky, or dull skin despite using moisturizers, or do you notice slow wound healing? Count up your yes and comment the number below. Is it a 1, a 3, or a 5? If your number is 3 or higher, it is a very strong signal that you are experiencing the underlying root cause of this deficiency's damage: mitochondrial dysfunction and subsequent chronic inflammation. Think of your mitochondria as the tiny power plants inside every cell. When they don't have the right fuel, they slow down. They start producing energy inefficiently, which triggers a biological alarm system: chronic inflammation. This inflammation isn't just in your joints, it's systemic. It chokes the hair follicles, causing them to enter the resting phase and fall out. It inflames the brain, leading to fog. It inflames the muscle tissues, causing those debilitating aches. The core nutrient deficiency we are targeting today is the essential fuel that keeps those power plants humming and shuts down that alarm system. The vitamin deficiency at the heart of severe hair loss and these other systemic symptoms is vitamin D. Yes, the sunshine vitamin. But this is not just about sunshine, it's about getting the correct form and dosage, combined with its vital cofactors. Solution 1. The forget-me-not food: pasture-raised egg yolks. Our first solution to actively reverse this deficit is a highly controversial food that has been wrongly maligned for decades: the humble, bright orange yolk from a pasture-raised egg. When I first met Sarah, a 35-year-old postpartum patient in Seattle, she was at her wit's end. Her hair was falling out so severely she thought she was experiencing permanent female pattern baldness. We found her vitamin D levels were critically low, which is common in pregnancy and postpartum. I prescribed a targeted supplement and, crucially, insisted she incorporate 2 whole pasture-raised eggs into her breakfast every single day. After just 6 weeks, she called me, tears of joy in her voice. The hair shedding had dramatically reduced, and the energy she needed to chase her new baby was finally returning. The yolks were a key part of that success. Why the yolk? This is where the science is beautiful. The active compound we're seeking here is cholecalciferol, or vitamin D3. A high-quality egg yolk is one of the very few natural food sources that contains this vitamin in a highly bioavailable form. It also provides the essential cofactor choline, which is critical for nerve and brain health. Think of vitamin D as the master switch for over 200 genes in your body, including the genes responsible for regulating the hair follicle cycle, specifically the anagen or growth phase. The vitamin D receptor, VDR, must bind to the active vitamin D metabolite, which then travels into the cell nucleus to literally turn on the hair growth genes. Without it, the VDR is dormant, the hair follicle rests, and the hair falls out. A pivotal study published in the Journal of Dermatology Research and Practice in 2018 found a strong correlation between low serum 25-OH-D, the stored form of vitamin D, levels and the severity of 2 types of hair loss: alopecia areata and telogen effluvium, the kind associated with stress, illness, or postpartum. The research showed that patients with the lowest D3 levels had the most severe shedding, underscoring its direct role in the hair cycle. The practical guide: how to. Dosage: aim for 2 to 3 whole, pasture-raised egg yolks per day. The quality matters. Pasture-raised eggs have up to 4 times the vitamin D of conventional eggs. Look for yolks that are deep orange, not pale yellow. Golden time: morning. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. Consuming it with a healthy breakfast helps optimize its absorption throughout the day. Notes on combination. Do not eat the yolk without a healthy fat if possible. Cook them lightly, soft scramble or poached. Pair them with a few slices of avocado or a small drizzle of olive oil to maximize absorption. Vitamin D must be consumed with fat. How many of you have been throwing out your egg yolks because you heard they were bad for you? Be honest. Let me know in the comments if you'll commit to bringing the golden yolk back into your diet. Solution 2. The controversial oil, high-quality cod liver oil. This next solution is a bit old-fashioned, maybe even a little controversial to modern medicine, but its power is undeniable. Traditional, high-quality fermented or pure cod liver oil. Take Mark, 68, a retired teacher from Texas. Mark's main concern wasn't hair loss, but debilitating joint aches in his knees and a deep-seated fear of developing dementia. He was hesitant about taking supplements. We started him on a daily teaspoon of a high-quality cod liver oil. Within 3 weeks, he noticed a difference in his joint mobility. He could get up from his chair without groaning. After 2 months, his wife called me to say he was much sharper and more engaged in conversations. We later measured his vitamin-D levels, and they had risen into the optimal range, as had his crucial omega-3 levels. Cod liver oil is a powerhouse because it delivers 2 vital fat-soluble cofactors alongside vitamin D, vitamin A and omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. Think of omega-3s as your body's internal fire extinguisher. Chronic inflammation, which causes the aches and chokes the hair follicles, is fueled by inflammatory compounds. Omega-3s actively block the production of these compounds. They are also crucial for the health of the cell membrane, allowing the vitamin D to easily enter the cell and do its work. Furthermore, the combination of vitamin D and vitamin A is critical for supporting the immune system and regulating cell growth, which includes, you guessed it, the rapid cell growth needed for a healthy head of hair. A meta-analysis published in the New England Journal of Medicine, though focused on cardiovascular health, the mechanism applies to inflammation, and further studies in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences, 2018, confirmed that the EPA and DHA found abundantly in cod liver oil have powerful anti-inflammatory and immunomodulatory effects. By reducing systemic inflammation, you create an environment where hair can thrive, aches dissipate, and brain function improves. The practical guide, how to. Dosage, start with 1 teaspoon, approximate 5 milliliters, of a high-quality, unflavored cod liver oil daily. Be mindful of vitamin A content and stick to recommended serving sizes. Golden time, evening. Omega-3s are very calming, and taking the oil right before bed can help your body utilize the fats overnight for repair and anti-inflammatory action. Notes on combination. Avoid heat. Never cook with cod liver oil, as it destroys the delicate omega-3s and fat-soluble vitamins. Take it straight off the spoon, or mix it into a small amount of yogurt or a smoothie. I know that cod liver oil can be a challenge. Has anyone here tried it? Or maybe your grandparents insisted you take it. Tell me about your experience in the comments. Solution 3. The secret postpartum drink, fortified mushroom milk. Our final solution addresses the source of the deficiency itself, and it's a drink you can easily make. Fortified mushroom milk, using UV-treated or sun-dried mushrooms. Maria, 55, was an active office worker who started noticing her hair thinning noticeably right around the menopause transition. She was dealing with a classic trio: fatigue, joint pain, and hair loss. Her vitamin D3 levels were very low, likely due to low sun exposure and hormonal shifts. I had her swap her usual morning coffee for a simple mug of mushroom milk, made by blending dried, UV-treated shiitake powder with almond milk and a touch of cinnamon. She reported back that the hair shedding stabilized after about 10 weeks, and she felt a noticeable lift in her mood and energy, almost like an internal reset switch had been flipped. This is where we look to the plant kingdom's ingenuity. Mushrooms are the only plant-based food that can naturally produce vitamin D. But here's the trick: they produce vitamin D2, ergocalciferol, not D3. However, when certain mushrooms, like shiitake or maitake, are exposed to UV light or sunlight, just like your skin, the natural compound ergosterol in the mushroom rapidly converts to a massive amount of vitamin D2. While D3 is more potent, D2 is still highly effective at raising serum vitamin D levels. For those who are vegetarian, or who simply cannot get adequate D3 from animal products, this is a phenomenal solution. It floods the body with the precursors it needs to reduce the chronic inflammation that is the root cause of your hair loss. A study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry in 2013 demonstrated that consuming mushrooms specifically enriched with vitamin D2 can be just as effective as taking a vitamin D2 supplement in raising and maintaining vitamin D status in healthy adults. This means you can use whole, natural food to get the same clinical result. The practical guide: how to. Recipe: take 1 to 2 cups of fresh shiitake or maitake mushrooms and place them gill side up in a sunny window for about 2 hours. Then you can eat them. Alternatively, you can buy dried, UV-treated mushroom powder. Mushroom milk: blend 1 cup of warmed almond or coconut milk with 1 teaspoon of UV-treated mushroom powder, a pinch of cinnamon, and a tiny dash of maple syrup. Golden time: late afternoon/evening. This drink is warm and comforting, making it a perfect pre-dinner or evening beverage to deliver that anti-inflammatory support before bedtime. Notes on combination: mushrooms are a natural source of B vitamins, which are the cofactors for cellular energy production. The blend of the D2 and the B vitamins provides a powerful 1-2 punch against fatigue and brain fog. Have you ever considered mushrooms as a primary source of vitamins? What do you think of the mushroom milk idea? Tell me if you're brave enough to try it. We've covered a lot of ground today, but the core message is simple. Your severe hair loss, your joint aches, and your debilitating fatigue are not your destiny. They are symptoms of a correctable nutritional deficit, primarily in vitamin D, supported by its cofactors, omega-3s and vitamin A. Solution 1. Pasture-raised egg yolks for highly bioavailable vitamin D3. Solution 2. High-quality cod liver oil for the essential anti-inflammatory omega-3s. Solution 3. Fortified mushroom milk to flood your body with vitamin D2 and B vitamins. This is my final piece of advice. Be consistent. Supplements can help, and I often prescribe them, but the body thrives on the steady, complex nutrient profile that whole, natural foods provide. Give your body at least 8 to 12 weeks of diligent adherence to these food solutions. You will be astonished at the resilience and restorative power of your own body when you give it what it truly needs. Do not let fear or reliance on medication define your health journey. Take back control, starting today. If you found the science in this video helpful, please give this video a like. And most importantly, I urge you to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. I have a crucial follow-up video coming next week on the hidden mineral deficiency that doubles your risk of bone fractures. You won't want to miss it. Thank you for trusting me with your health. I'll see you in the next video.